If you find yourself stuck in bronze as support, this video is for you. I'm doing a new series on my channel, how to get out of each rank with each role. So if you want tank and DPS, they are already also on my channel. We're gonna go all the way at least until diamond. I feel like diamond is a pretty solid spot. If you need help past that, let me know in the comments and I got you. The first thing you wanna do to get out of bronze is gonna be to pick a character. So a lot of the times players pick multiple characters thinking they can flex, or they'll pick specific characters for team up abilities. Don't focus on that because you're not good enough for that yet. Right now we want to learn how to play the game, so we're gonna pick a character. For this series I'm gonna one trick Adam Warlock. We're not gonna pick any other character, we're not gonna pick any other role. This entire climb is Adam Warlock. Real quick though, I want to stress this is not a Warlock guide. This is how to get out of bronze as a support. When you pick your character, go to the practice range, and this is very important because you want to know what your character does and how their abilities function together. So as an example, my primary fire for Adam Warlock is a hit scan. If you don't know what a hit scan is, it is basically when you press the button, the shot comes out and it hits the target like that. His secondary is a projectile. As you see, the projectiles float, right? It's not instant, right? There's big difference. The more you charge it, the more it comes out. You also want to check to see if your character has criticals. Criticals are basically headshots. If you hear that noise and you see that cross, you have a critical. Some characters do not have it, and I see a lot of times people try to aim for the head, and it's like, bro, your character doesn't even have that. So check to see if your character has it just by testing it out real quick, just like that. Now, when we look at our abilities, pretty simple with Adam Warlock. His first ability is a heal. It will bounce between targets. Very important for you to know when I'm playing the game because I don't need to go all the way over here to heal. I can heal from this guy, and it'll go all the way to the person that I need to heal. The second ability that we have is going to be a way to mitigate damage. I'll tether to a couple of people and the damage is split up. This is very important because if I'm getting dove or someone else is getting dove, we can minimize that damage to that one target by just using this ability. You will not kill yourself. It will be at 1 HP. You will not go below 1 HP, at least from my experience. You never go below 1 HP unless you're the one being targeted. Last but not least, his ultimate. When you use it, you res people, but you'll notice that when we res, the characters are not at 100%, which means that every time we bring somebody back to life, we want to make sure that we have a heal ready, so that way we can heal them when they spawn, otherwise they're just gonna get killed again. So the way that I have this set up is I'm going to be 1 win away from the next rank. So I'm gonna say how to get out of bronze, we're 1 win away of getting to silver. So you're gonna see what it's like. I don't know if I can keep this up though, because sometimes you be having some unlucky games, but we're gonna just try to see how it works. We're gonna insta-lock Adam Warlock. I know you guys like popping. I wanna main my character. I don't wanna swap. I got you. This is for you. And for those that don't play with a group, I'm not playing with a group. I'm not using a mic. This is strictly just gameplay. So you're gonna learn how to actually win your games. And if you play with the group or you do swap characters, like these are things that help you. And if you're doing that already, this is gonna be even easier for you to get out of bronze. But let's go ahead and hop in. So based off our kit, we know that Adam Warlock isn't the greatest melee fighter, right? We want to keep ourselves at a distance. Understanding what your character is good at is very crucial. So I understand that my character is better at mid to long range. He could do some stuff up close, but if we could choose not to do that, we're gonna not do that. We're not gonna go too in depth. We're gonna keep it relatively simple, and as we go through ranks, we'll be getting a little bit more in depth about what to do with your role and how it works. So we're gonna start simple because this is going to be how to get out of bronze. We don't need to learn crazy concepts yet because we just want to learn the basics of the game. You need a foundation before you can learn anything else. So what we're gonna do is keep in mind you can break structures. I notice a lot of players, especially in this rank, do not break structures. You can break the structures especially because it gives you a greater kind of cover as you play. Now, as you see, my tanks, both of them, are very skittish around this rank. This rank has some very skittish tanks. And what do I mean by that? We gotta be careful because what's his face is coming here. And we just wanna, you know, hang with them and chill out. Now, I'm gonna continue talking in a second. Let's just destroy this. Priorities always goes destroying things that are spawned. So we're talking about spider nests, Loki clones, anything that has a spawn, destroy it. People don't do that, even in mid ranks. It's very important that we do that. But what I was talking about, ooh, you're on your own, buddy. I don't have anything for you. We have a Tony Stark flying in the air. There's something to keep in mind. Oh yeah, our tanks are very skittish. So this rank doesn't really understand how to tank. Even in maybe silver, people don't understand, and so they'll be very scared. They don't think they're gonna get healed, and it's rightfully so. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Priority is the nest, right? Things that they spawn. We do know that there's a Tony Stark flying around, so we got to be careful. Do your best to kind of just jump around when you're playing. If you can't, don't worry. Just do it when you fight first, and then continue to go from there, because this is going to be how you dodge shots a lot of the times. We're not going to focus on that guy. A lot of the times, especially on low ranks, people decide to continue to focus the target that's running away. Don't do that. Stay with your team. You see this guy? We're not chasing him. You want to run away, bro. You're on your own. We sit back and relax. We play around our tanks. What was our whatchamacallit doing? Were they having a little 1v1 back there? When you're healing, try not to overheal. After you're done healing, you just focus on doing damage and focus priority. Ooh, that was very good by him. I probably shouldn't have rezzed here. Oh, is he AFK? That would explain why he was able to get past him so quickly. We're just gonna, oh, I tried to ult. That was a bad idea. I thought that my teammate was still alive, but he wasn't. But yeah, our Thor was like AFK for a second. I didn't pay attention to that. I was kind of curious on why he was standing there, but you know, it is what it is. People at this rank generally do have like connection issues. They tend to disconnect quite often. I don't know if it's rage quit or not, but it's just something not to get mad at. It happens. You're gonna have bad games. You're gonna have disconnections. You're gonna have all these horrible things you can't control, and just get over it, because it's not gonna change, right? You're always gonna have these issues, but majority of your games you should be winning. We're gonna help this guy take this guy out. I cannot aim. Holy crap! He should have been dead. I only stopped looking at the people in front of me because I feel like that person should have been dead, but I was missing on my shots. I usually play on my TV, but to record I have to play on my monitor. I don't have to, but so my shots are a little bit off, but we're gonna kind of warm up to that. Don't worry. We're gonna just play slow, play with our tanks, and continue to do what we're doing. One thing you want to also do is try to use cover. This is very important when you're playing, especially if you're like having fights. So we have to worry about a Spider-Man. Try to focus that nest if possible. We could have just killed Penny there to get the nest out the way as well. If you have to decide between Penny or the nest, kill Penny. Dude's doing his thing again. Can't really do anything about it. That's Iron Fist for you. That's why I said Iron Fist is a really good character. If you don't know, I do have a tier list for each role. If you don't know which character to pick, you can't really find your own. You can look at that. It'll be linked in the description below. Luckily, we did a good job. There's a lot of running around, a lot of craziness. You could notice that the teams weren't really playing together, right? Iron Fist was doing some crazy stuff. Spider-Man was off doing some crazy stuff. Thor was, well, not Thor, what was it? I think it was Doctor Strange. The Doctor Strange was doing some crazy stuff. They weren't really playing together. When you play the game, you need to pay attention to who's important to you. So in this particular case, who's important to me? It's going to be my tanks, right? As a healer, it's my tanks. So I need to make sure that one of them are alive. Otherwise, I can't play the game. You can, but just kind of have that mentality until you get better at the game, until you feel like you can have 1v1s, until you feel like you could like go crazy. Play simple, play reserved. Even in pro play on any games, high-low on any games, it's much better to be safe than it is to try to be crazy montage guy. If you don't have your tank, just relax, let them come back. Sometimes you will have to give up a point. You don't want to run into the point and just die for no reason, right? Understand your role. My character is good mid to long range, right? Most supports are. Why on earth would we walk on the spider and go in melee range? Now, in that particular instance, when I died at the beginning, or not at the beginning, but before this round started, yeah, I'm saying, look, I'm human. But realistically, I shouldn't be doing that. All right, so we do have an Iron Man up there. We got to be careful about. You want to focus on having your teammate kind of topped off. And then focus on doing damage. Oh, we're just going to have to kind of chill out. So we know our Iron Man is MIA, right? He just got killed. Our tank is way out there, and we really can't go past the Iron Fist. We're going to use our ability to make sure we damage mitigate, right? And if you want to like get to the highest rank possible for you, you got to really use the tools that your character offers. Some characters have animation cancel. This is why I tell you to go to practice mode, really see how things like perform, right? Me using the hit scan is much easier to hit Iron Man than using the non-hit scan, right? I couldn't do that. If I focused on the most damage rather than the fact that it's a hit scan, I couldn't fight. I mean, I could, but not at that range. I couldn't kill him. We're just chilling. We're hearing some dragon kicks going on. I can't see them. A lot of healers try to go in danger to heal people. Don't do that. If your tank is off doing whatever your tank does, if people run away, it is what it is. You don't want to break your formation. You don't want to end up in a really bad spot. So we're just going to push with our team. We're looking back, but that's pretty much it. This looks like a game that they probably quit. Yeah, unfortunately. But we stuck to the basics. We stuck to the basics, and that's all that you need to win. I didn't do anything fancy. I didn't do any crazy flicks. All I did was play the game. That's all you have to do. Make sure you understand your character. Make sure you're using walls. Make sure you're playing with the right teammate, and you'll end up winning a lot more of your games than losing. And so, just as you see, we're gonna break silver here. And because that game was so short, I'm actually gonna do something that I didn't plan on doing. And that is going to take a quick look at the replay here. I didn't plan on doing it because I thought it was going to be longer, but we're going to take a quick look at the replay. All right, see, you notice that we're kind of playing back, right? Look at where we are. Look at where we are, and look at like where their healer is compared to their tank, right? Can you move faster? That'd be pretty cool. I guess I could just cycle through. I never actually used this. We'll just do this. All right. So look where I am, right? This dude just dove straight into multiple people. Let's look at where their support is. They only have one, too. That's unfortunate. That type of stuff happens, dude. I hate when it happens, but it does. Look at where they are, right? Look how much he's focused on like fighting rather than focusing on our team, right? If we back this out, this dude's fighting over here. We could have been paying attention to our Spider-Man. This dude's over here at the corner. This dude's fighting up there. There's just a lot more going on, and we're only focused on what's in front of us. This is awareness. Awareness 101, right? And as a support, you also want to think about your tank being alive is not your only goal. Your goal is to make sure that everybody's alive. Now, you can't save everyone. That's the major thing you need to know as a healer. If someone is bad, if someone is not that good, you can't save them. Let's just say the Spider-Man, not even the Spider-Man. Let's use this Iron Fist as an example. And I'm not saying this Iron Fist is bad. I'm just using it as an example. Don't get offended, please. But with this Iron Fist, this dude just freaking jetted way back there. In what world, as a healer, am I about to go and help this guy? No world, right? And he continued to do this. So the Mantis was actually really smart to not actually go do that. But as we continue, you see what the Mantis is doing. She's not focusing on anything but what's in front of her. What about the people on the side? These guys are going ham. Thor's already in your back line. What's going on here? Now you might be wondering, well, Poppin, why would I want to fight this guy in the back? There's no reason to. Here is what you want to think about when you're going to fight the things in the back line as a healer or a DPS. Most of the time, if it's something that's very fast and very hard to hit, you don't want to focus much on that. And if I were, let's just say, getting hit by the Spider-Man and he was like right there, I'm not going to try to fight this guy. I'm going to back up and continue to back into my team because now we can all fight them together. A lot of the times, even in silver, even in gold, players try to fight these really fast characters. Don't do that. Back up into your team. If you noticed when I got hit by this Iron Fist, we always backed up into our team. That's it. If this guy runs around or starts chasing one person and Hawkeye decides to run away because he's scared, well, Hawkeye, I'm sorry, buddy, you're gone. There's nothing I can do because if that dude kills you, he kills me. Why would I even risk that? And it's the same scenario here. If we were playing this Mantis and Spider-Man was behind us, why on earth are we trying to 1v1? I mean, Spider-Man's on her team, but I'm just trying to give you guys an example. Like, let's just say that's the enemy Spider-Man and she's trying to fight and she's trying to run back into her base and whatnot. Don't do that. Run to your team. Run to your team. Now, in this scenario, we see Thor is kind of like cutting him off. We would just play with the Spider-Man. He's right there. So just kind of hug this, use cover, big tip, use cover, and just kind of boop, pop out and try to do your best. We don't care about these people in front of us. They're super far away anyway. There's nothing we could do. So if we play this out, This dude's still here. Look how long it took for us to pay attention to that. And look how much we're spamming our heals. Remember what I told you guys? You don't need to overheal. We just healed this person 3 times. If you didn't know, Mantis barely heals that much on instant. It's actually regeneration that she's focusing on. So the fact that she just burned 3 means that nobody else can get heals for a while. Instead of just using 1, that person's nowhere near in danger, right? And we'll talk more about this in the silver. We'll talk more about the silver. But basically, we know this person's not in any danger right now, right? Who's gonna kill this guy? Thor? By himself? Bro, she chilling. When does Thor kill her? Not happening, right? And again, these are things we're gonna talk about later in the future, but basically what the point that I'm trying to make is whenever there's something in your backline, if it's something really fast, really hard to kill, especially by yourself as a support, run into your team. Do not go off and chase it. Do not go off and follow your DPS if they're having a nice little 1v1 over here in the side. That ain't you. Because if that person dies, you die. And unless you're 100% confident you can kill that person, don't go for it. Train yourself to just not do stupid things. And when I say stupid things, it's not you being stupid. It's actually your teammates being stupid and you're deciding to follow along. Oh, I'm Spider-Man. Let me go up here and fight this Iron Man 1v1. And then you're like, here I come, Spider-Man. Let me try to get up there somehow. And now your whole team is just like collapsed on because these guys are moving in. And then you just went to go fight him with Spider-Man. And your whole team dies. And you 2 are left. And then you 2 die. And then we're staggered death timers. A whole bunch of bad comes out. Your main goal as a healer is to focus on healing your team. And thinking about which fights you can take. Some fights you just can't take. And that is what it is. You saw me turn around. I don't want to draw this out too much. Again, it was just a very short game and I wanted to talk more about it. But the main thing you want to think about, especially in this rank, picking a character. What does my character do? What are they best at? Well, my character is good at mid-long range, as we said before with whatchamacallit. Well, then we're going to stay at mid-long range if we go back just a little bit. Right? This dude is going ham. I'm mid-long range, right? I'm only getting close because I see him running away. But as soon as I see he's running too far away, I'm like, bro, you're on your own. Let me focus back on what's in front of us. Oh, he was actually almost dead, so I stayed. But the second time he was like half HP, so I didn't. And we continue to go. And this is what we do each time. Let's try to have him dive one more time. One more time. So he comes back to dive us. I don't know what she was doing over there. That was wild. So he comes back to try to dive us again. We push him back. You see that for some reason or another, Doctor Strange and Penny were over there just having a freaking party. Okay, this guy tries to come dive us again. We just back out a little bit. We keep space. If it helps you, think about your team having little bubbles around them. You don't want to get inside of their personal space as a tank specifically. So we want to space ourselves. Look, I'm not nowhere near that guy. We are separated. You got a bubble. We destroy that, but then, like I said, this guy starts fighting. We are not going in here to do whatever it is my man's is trying to do. That is not my job. We got Thor. Thor's chilling. Should there be no Thor and this guy just dies, well, we back up and we wait for him to respawn. We're gonna make mistakes. We're human, no matter what rank we are. We see Spider-Man over there. Imagine I walk in there and Spider-Man comes right after me. Bro, I'm clapped. So we chilling. I'm going up a little bit only because I know I'm safe. Only because I know I'm safe and I just wanted to stop the payload from moving. That's all. I get out as soon as I stopped it. Because Thor, for some reason, was like backed up. I don't know what he was doing. But he went back to the thing. Now these two are just fighting. And like, I see them, but I'm not part of that. We're over here. Because the further I move to the right, the less danger I'm in. If I move to the left, we're with Iron Fist, we're with Spider-Man, wherever he was. Where was he? I don't know where he was. We're just trapped. But if we move to the right, we got less enemies to worry about. Oh, there he goes. Like, imagine if I went over there to deal with that tomfoolery. I'd die. Pick your battles, choose your battles. Again, I honestly do not know if I can play while teaching at the same time, especially in higher ranks. We'll see. We'll see. I'll do my best. But again, I don't want to make this too long. I'm sorry if it is, you guys. Let me know what you guys think about it. It's a trial run. These are some trial runs. But The thing you want to do is find your character. What are they good at? What's their best ranges? Do they have fall off damage? Just little basic stuff like that. And then you want to think about as a support, what is my job? You know, who am I important with? Well, I'm important with Thor, and I'm important with Doctor Strange. Okay, my Doctor Strange sucks. You don't suck, Doctor Strange. I'm just using this as an example. Please don't get offended. My Doctor Strange sucks. He's way over there. He's doing stupid stuff every single second of the game. Well, you're on your own, Doctor Strange. Thor is now my new person. If we don't have a Thor, you have to adjust your playstyle and work with what you got. That's going to happen sometimes. And it didn't pop up in this game, so I can't give you my example, but it does happen. And you just focus on doing your job and doing it well. That's what a team game is. You're not going to solo carry just doing everybody's job. You need to do your job and then do your job better than everybody else in the game. So in this sense, it'd be better than my teammate and then better than their healers, right? I'm better at aiming than all the supports. That's objective, right? I'm better at healing. I understand what I need to heal. I understand what people can sit at. I'm doing my job better than everybody, better than my counterpart. If you can consistently be better than your counterpart, you will consistently climb no matter which role it is. I promise you. But I hope this helped you. If you guys had any questions, let me know. Remember, keep it simple, keep it basics. The foundation is pretty much what you just see in this video. I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't do anything nuts. I will put an emphasis once again. Do not overcommit to fights that you cannot kill people. If it's something that you're having a hard time hitting in the sky, stop. Go hide in a house or something like that. If it's something that's fast and you're not that good at aiming at it, stop. Go to your team, draw them to your team because maybe your teammates are better at aiming than you. It is perfectly fine for you to not be better at aiming than people in your lobby. If you go into high ranks on any game that has a support class, usually the support is not that great at everything. Usually the tanks are not that great, but you know who is good at aiming? The DPS. In any game, in League of Legends, Overwatch, this game, Dota, the people that actually do damage, the damage dealers, the people who select those characters are cracked. They are usually really good at the game. They might not have good game sense. That's where you come in. But for the most part, they understand how to like shoot and press buttons. Rely on them. It's a team game. Anyway, I'm sorry. I know it took too long. I apologize. I got some more crazy content coming up. Make sure you subscribe. That way you're notified. That way you don't miss any. And until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping often. Real often.